The print function prints the value present in the variable, the value of the object, or any message in the form of text to the standard output. And the standard output refers to your screen. Let's learn how to make use of print function. Print function has its own syntax, that is the way of specifying what has to be printed and how it has to be printed. The syntax is as follows. When you specify the print object, first thing you specify is the objects. The second is the sep, means separator. Third is end and fourth is file. Each argument is separated by a comma. All the values, everything is separated by comma. So comma identifies each value as separately. And if we see the name of the argument, that means something is expected from the print function to be done in extra. So let us try with the print function, general print function, that is if the print function is used without any argument, what it will simply do is it will bring a simple blank line. It will not print anything because nothing has been specified. It will print a simple blank line. Let's talk about the first argument. What we just noted here is objects. Objects का मतलब क्या है? What does objects refer to? So objects refers to the object that has to be printed. So objects के आगे आप देख रहे हैं we have an asterisk before the word. We have asterisk objects. That means this asterisk before objects word, what it is written indicates, this asterisk indicates that there can be one or more than one object to be printed, and all the objects that has to be printed need to be separated using comma. For example, if I write print and write 10 here, if I play it, you will get 10 as the output. Whereas you can compare the output. Previously, we used the print function without any argument, and this time we are printing the value 10. We have specified. Now, 10 refers to an object of type integer. We can change the same with a text also. Hello, how are you? So this time we are printing the text message which is enclosed in either single quotes or double quotes. So if you print it, you will in the first line you will find 10 as the output. In the second line you will find hello, how are you as the second line to be printed. Now, what means when we want to print value of an object? Let's say we have str1 and the value here is hello, I am here. This time, if I use the print function, I can, instead of enclosing something in the double quotes, I can simply write str1. So this time I'm printing the value of an object. In the very first case, we printed simple the value of a certain type. In the second case, we enclosed a text message in the print function. In the third case, we made use of one of the string type variable, and we printed the string in the print function by specifying the name of the object of type string. As I mentioned that we can specify multiple objects in a single print statement, but they need to be separated using comma. Let us practice one of the example of that. 10 is one of the integer number, that is one integer type, and str1 is another type. So we separated two objects, that is integer type and string type objects using the comma. We can specify as many objects in the print statement as we wish to display. Just the thing is we have to separate them using comma. So another thing to visualize is the comma is not getting printed. We got the output as 10. Hello, I'm here. You can see the output here. We can see the output 10. Hello, I'm here. But you cannot see the comma because the comma is in the syntax of the print function, which is used to separate two objects. That doesn't mean that it will get printed. It will get printed if we wish it to get printed. Otherwise, it will not get it printed. Hope the examples I just showed you related to objects are clear to you. Let's try one program. We have a variable x which is holding value 5. We have another variable y which is holding value 10. How can we make use of print function to display the values of x and y? One simple way to print the value of x and y is that we can write x comma y and print it. Now printing two objects in one print statement, right? Is there another way to print the value of the variable? We can also write the value of the print, this x and y, using a text message. The value of x is, and then close this text message and write the variable x. Similarly, we can write another print function and we can write the value of y is comma y. So this time what we are doing is we are printing the value of both the objects x and y but with a text message. Here the value of x is the text message and comma x, that is the value of x variable. Similarly, we have printed for the value of y also. But there are more ways also we can make use of the print function to write something. There is one of the function called format, which is present in string, which can be used to display the values. Let's try this. Print, and I'm writing the value of x is. Now you will see I have put one curly brace inside the text message and y is another curly brace. How can I make use of the format function? Now, after the end of text message, I can use one of the function called format, which is present in string, and write x comma y. This time, the two sentences I've written, that is the value of x is x and the value of y is y. I can have one customized message, that is the value of x is replaced by 5, where the curly brace was present. And similarly, the value of y was replaced in the curly brace where the brace was present. So the message is customized using the print format function. That is the value of x is this 5 and the value of y is 10. There is one more way to do the same work. In the print function, you can make use of f, simple f, and then type the string whatever you want. But this time the message will be customized in a slighter different way. The value of x is again the curly bracket, but here you have to write x. You can see the color. X isn't white here, but the x is orange color here. And let us continue. Here y is curly brace y. Print this. So you will see multiple values and the results. X is equal to 5 and y is equal to 10 are the values. We first printed x and y value. That is why we got the output as 5 comma 10, right? In the second case, we made use of two functions, the value of x and the value of y. For this, we got output this and this. In the next fourth statement, we made use of format function where the value of x is curly braces and the y is curly braces dot format and bracket x and y, that is x and y are the values we wish to print. We can override the values with the new values also. So you can see the values are here. But in the last case, instead of using the format function, I've rather used just f and then the text message which I wish to display. But what is the slight change between the upper line and this line? I have used a value of x is the curly braces. I have specified x and Y is in the curly braces I've specified y variable. So this will get me the fetch me the same output. I hope you are able to understand the print function we just discussed now. A print function without any argument here, and then the print function with the object specified and more meaningful arguments, as you can see here, using the format function and F to specify and customize the print function to display the customized result. Now it's time for us to understand the second argument, that is SEP. SEP, objects are separated by SEP. Now SEP is what? Separator. The default value of separator is blank. Blank space, which can be replaced by any character of your choice. Now, do you understand what I mean? As you can see in this message, we have the value of x enclosed in double quotes. This is one message. And then we have comma, and then we have the x variable to be printed. In the message, if you visualize till here, the message has been printed, and between this message and 5 we have a single blank space. This single blank space is nothing but SEP. To customize this kind of message, we can make use of SEP. Let's say I can write x is equal to 15, right? And I can write print this time. Again, the value of x is, right? And this time I will write simple x again. Let us see first the output of this statement, and then we will customize it. Now this time again, the distance between the colon and the number 15 is a blank space. So SEP is nothing but this blank space, which can be customized here. After x, I can write SEP is equal to. Now I can specify what I want. Anything. I can specify inside the double quotes anything which I want to use as a separator between the two values. So now between the colon and 15, the ampersand is replaced from the blank space. Blank space is default, which can be replaced by a new text or character, whatever you wish to supply. It can be dash, dash, dash also. The separator can be single character, it can be multiple characters of your choice, like this. So separator separates two values. Like if I specify now multiple objects like 25 and 34 and 96, right? And separator. The important thing is everything need to be separated using comma, like this. So 15, 25, 34, 96, all are separated using comma. And for separator, separated using comma means that separation between the two values will not be represented now using the blank space. Rather, it will be separated by the value or the data I'm supplying. I can also make use of something like star star, something like whatever you wish to use as a separator can be used. And this time you see, if you don't specify anything, then it is default the blank space. If I delete this and not using anything, each number, each value will be separated using a blank space. This blank space can be customized using SEP and simple dash. So it can be multiple characters, it can be single characters, like this dash. So that is working like a separator. The third one, that is end. In the syntax, we have studied what is an object, what is SEP. Let us understand what is end. End means after I'm done. End means after I am done. So when I'm done, like if you see this example, I'm taking from here only. I'm copying it and using it here in my code. Now, if you visualize this, I have two print statement to be printed. So y line, that is the value of y is getting printed after the printing of. value of x is done. It is not printing before the value of x, it is printing after the value of x. That is, once the statement is ending, then the new statement is getting printed. So this end has a default value that is slash n. Slash n refers to new line. Slash n refers to new line character. So we have many characters which can be used as end to be specified, like one of them is slash t. So here, if I specify end is equal to and slash t, so what will happen? We will see here. You can see the line is not coming in the new line. The value of y is not getting printed in the new line. Whereas if I use the default character that is slash n, it will introduce the next line to be printed in the new line. So this is for the continuation. If you want to print everything in the continuation, you can go for slash t also. Otherwise, you can go for slash n also. So n is by default, but you can use a tab space also. It depends on the work you are doing and you can customize it accordingly. If nothing is specified, then obviously it's a new line. The other thing is we can have multiple new line also. Each slash n represents one enter line. So 4 slash n represents 4 enter space between the two output. So the first output and the second output has a gap of 4 lines. So each slash n represents one line which can be customized according to the program you are designing. Right. Let's come to the last one, and which is very interesting, that is file. We always talk about saving your data in the file. From junior classes also, everybody learns about saving their work. How do you save your work? Sometimes you make changes to the pictures and then you download it. So you maintain a copy of the file with yourself so that you can use it in future. So when we are collecting so much data, we wish to save the data in the file so that we can use that data in the future. This is a very interesting argument provided in the file argument of the print function. As you can see in the syntax, the file has the default value of sys.stdout. Now, if you remember in the beginning of the session only, I told you the print function prints the output on the standard output. So std represents standard and out represents output, standard output. So each system has a standard output, that is your screen. So by default, whatever you are printing is getting printing in the standard output. But this can be customized. If we wish to save the data for a longer work, we can make use of the file uh, argument inside the print function and save the data in the file of our choice. For this, I will use a small set of code here. Please see. For this to work upon, we first need to create a data file object. Data file object, and we need to open one of the file. Open function, we have to specify the name of the file we wish to open. Like, let's say I am using data.txt. txt, and I want to open this file in the write mode. Means I want to write data in the file. So there are multiple modes like R mode, that is we are reading from the file. W mode, we are writing to the file. Very simple thing, we have opened a data file object. We have created a data file object which will refer to the data.txt file which we have opened in the write mode. Let's print something pretty cool, pretty cool, something. Okay. And now what we have to do is we have to use file is equal to data f. By default, it is standard output, that is sys.stdout. That means we are printing on the screen. But this time we are replacing this with the data f. That is the file object. What will happen on the execution? But before that, I will also print one of the line here, one more line to be printed. That is, hello and welcome to my program. And this time again, I will write file. I will write file and equal to the file object, that is data F. And after my work is done, I will close the file, because the file after work, it's a good practice to close the file. So as soon as you, okay, data is wrong, this is data F. That is why I got the error. So what it says, it hasn't displayed any output to me. Can you see anything? Pretty cool. Hello and welcome. Nothing is getting printed. So where did the print go? The print went in the file. That is, if I show you one of the file here, our data.txt file is here. If you double click here, you will be able to see the output line 1, the output line 2. This shows me the output of the program. Similarly, we can add more lines. We can change the lines what we have written, and each time the file will reflect you the changes. So this is an interesting program which can be made for the input output purpose.